The Hallmark film, Home Away from Home, created by Maureen Blackwood in 1905, will be investigated through the lenses of the contemporary films Pumzi by Wanuri Kayu, 2009, and Gibu Tavares' 2013 film Jonah. Beginning with Jonah, the focus on the visuals is demanded, as the stunning quality of them engrosses the viewer. That said, they are highly dependent on the technology of computer-generated imagery. There are multiple layers of meaning behind CGI construction, which add dreamlike qualities, as the tempo, Afrofuturist in nature, is one of rapidness. The literal construction of the urban environment and development of buildings are eerie and unrealistically shown, in addition to being inherently fictionally built. The set on which Jonah was filmed did not include the physical elements that correspond to the actions at hand, as CGI effects are added much later in the editing process. Rather, it was filmed on a sunny beach in Zanzibar, of which its beauty most likely still exists. Thus, a sense of falsity is incorporated into the film. This is contrasted to the set created in Pumzi. Visually, there are similar qualities to Jonah. The built environments, due to the dim lighting and dreary color usage, evoke a claustrophobic feeling, which are similar in sentiment to the looming buildings developed through CGI that crowd the screens in Jonah. The visuals in Pumzi take a rather drastic turn, however, when the natural landscape is introduced into the film. The brilliant lighting of the Kenyan desert illuminates the set, and the sun acts as a symbol of hope and beauty. This symbol is created through aesthetic elements which establish the beauty and serenity of nature. This feeling is further generated as Pumzi goes on to celebrate connections to the environment through this contrast of dread to beauty. The interior set constructed by the producers, which the film begins thus brings to light, so to speak, the beauty of the desert, which shows deference to the sentiments of nature and the environment, something that cannot be constructed through materials of concrete and steel, for instance. As different motifs on the set of Pumzi work to express the disconnection of the characters from the environment, the spirit of the Ghanaian concept of Sankofa comes into play through the seemingly inherent understanding of importance of nature exhibited through sacrifice. Afrofuturistic timestamps are employed once again, this time working in the opposite of approach of Jonah. Sacrifice spurs the rapid development of nature, the growth of which is something that requires its own time, separate from human experiences and expectations, independent from industry and human intervention. Finally, these films were both informed by the Hallmark film Home Away from Home, which precedented the two. Home Away from Home, created by Blackwood in 1995, is a drama which works in contrast to the Afrofuturistic nature of Pumzi and Jonah, as it takes place exterior to the continent and uses typical plot structures and development. Unlike the two successive films, Home Away from Home is created within a context of a diasporadical setting, and as neighbors are introduced as supporting characters, shows that it takes place in a predominantly white suburb. Notions of blackness are developed within the context of diaspora, contrasted to the white suburban environment. That said, the theme of chaos within built environments, which are exhibited in both Pumzi and Jonah, is established and expressed through resulting tense situations. Plot introduction chooses to heighten drama and tension by using prolonged and difficult interactions between characters within these spaces. The established chaos within the surrounding built environment is what exasperates these tensions seen within the family. Interactions with literal housing and architecture act as a metaphor to explore structures of dominance, in addition to the corruptness of disregard for the environment established within industrialized spaces. The rising action as the main character chooses to take building traditions from Africa to create a home for the next generation is where notions of Sankofa are exhibited in the film. Sankofa is what eventually works to overcome the structure of dominance and dismantle them through persevering and cultivating natural resources, the beauty and joy of which are apparent in the film, in a way that initially combines the theme of man in contrast to nature, of which is expressed through opposite extreme lenses allowed through the use of Afrofuturist motifs in Pumzi and Jonah. Home Away from Home depicts the act of turning away from depending on built environments to express Sankofa. The spirit of Sankofa is translated through the cultivation and flowers, and therefore nature and the environment, and celebrated in the beauty they produce. Nature can always regenerate, and thus becomes a metaphor for the regeneration of traditions through generations, which may carry on even after the structures of humanity are dismantled.